down as we turn thousands into clear, practical insight that empower you to navigate, adapt, and lead an AI-driven world. Definitely AI-driven world, partner.
Yes. I know for some people this is a fear, right? Is AI going to steal my job, or will I be able to find a job if I'm in school? So hopefully we can ease people's minds today so it's not as scary or intimidating. So one thing I would like to say as we jump in is AI won't replace all jobs. So rest assured.
Yes.
But I think what it'll do is it'll reshape most jobs. So that's the difference there. It'll reshape them but not replace them.
Definitely. Don't be negative. People be positive because AI is here to help us. It's a tool that brings more clarity, brings more efficiency, and bring more, well, easy for us. Convenience.
Right.
Because love, people love convenience. Isn't it, Miss Jackie?
Oh, yes. I've already seen just people's attitudes that I work with change and how they utilize AI. And yeah, I've seen just higher education really
Mm,
change so much just in the past, I would say even 6 months. I've seen quite a change in just how people have adapted with to it and used and have been using it. But again, there's that risk of overdependence that we've talked about before, and
yeah.
that's true in the workplace as well. So I'm having to kind of bring it to the attention of all the leaders in my department and in the college too that I work with, and say, just so you know, I'm seeing patterns developing, and I want to, we want to make sure we're not um, we're getting ahead of it, right? And we're able to train people on it. So one thing I'm working on, Daniel, it's pretty cool. I'm working on a AI guide for the instructional designers in my department. So they did one
Hmm.
for the curriculum developers, and it has all kinds of different elements in there that can help them when they're working with AI technology in the curriculum or in their efficient tasks that they work on, right, to make it more efficient. But I saw a gap, and I was like, well, wait a minute. The curriculum developers, it's great. They have their own guide, but we need one for what we do as instructional designers. So I brought it up in our meeting yesterday, in our biweekly meeting, and I said, let's at least get the conversation going, right? We don't have to create it today, but let's at least get that going. So I'm leading a task force for that, so that we can take what we already created for the curriculum developers and then adapt it for the instructional designers. So I'm really excited about that because I feel like right now I'm hodgepodging it, and I've got things all over the place, and I need it to be a little bit more just more organized, because I'm a very organized person. So when things are in 5 or 6 different places, I don't know about you, but that drives me crazy. And I like to have things centralized in one area. So I'm excited about that and being able to lead that in our department and with the instructional design team. So that'll be good to do that.
Certainly, and people, we are talking about job stealer or superpower AI in the workplace.
Hmm.
And I think, Miss Jockey, we will start first supposed to be in the government because AI for sure it will boom and become more successful and it will be part of our daily lives. And the government supposed to be do a law that brings guardrails to AI
Right.
because it will this will be a phenomenal that a breakthrough in 21st century and it will evolve more through times, don't you
Right.
think?
Absolutely. I think yeah, I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to see a shift in, if we haven't already, in most roles. Yeah, especially in different areas like cybersecurity, right? We're starting to see it
Mm,
there. We're seeing it in the military. They're using AI technology in the military. So, for example, the U.S. military, they have these B-52 bomber planes, right? And
mm-hmm.
they're amazing. But they have one that's going to, it's actually better than that one, and it has AI technology in it. So yeah, it's amazing. And of course, we see with healthcare, right? It's going to change that. So what is it going to look like, right, for people in different areas and different sectors within the workplace, whether they're, like you said, they're in government or higher education or corporate, yeah, whatever, and then roles within those industries. I think we've already seen shifts, but I think we're going to continue to see those shifts and what it brings to these different industries and these different positions. So yeah, so I think it'll continue to we'll
That's
still to
correct.
see things, yeah, still see them evolve. I think it'll be interesting, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared of it, like some people are that I work with. I try to, like you said, be positive about it, right, and see
Yes.
what it can bring to my life and how it can improve what I do and enhance what I do and not replace me, but enhance my work overall.
Certainly. And if you use AI in a good manner, it will give you back a good thing too. But if you use in a bad way, just like other people doing right now, they're using for scam people. Oh, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
What you sow is what you reap, people.
Right. Yes.
So, is artificial intelligence truly replacing jobs, Miss Jackie? Is it transforming them into a new roles that require different skills or something else?
Yeah, so I think it's going to actually shift roles. I mean, there might be some instances where customer service roles, I think, well, they may reduce the amount of customer service agents that they need. And so, for example, I was on the phone with a bank today, and they have this AI agent called Sunny, right? And Sunny will help you, and you can actually and this AI agent is on the phone and also online, right? So, but you still need the human beings to be able to help you. AI can't do everything. And it was interesting because when I was trying to ask to speak to somebody, Daniel, it didn't. I asked, how can I make an appointment at a branch? And it said, oh, hold on, I'll help you with that. And then it came back and said, well, I'm not sure exactly how to help you with that. So it's like, are you confused? Can you help me or can't you help me? So yeah, so I guess you just have to learn to adapt to these AI technologies and how to talk to them and how to get what you need out of it. So maybe it was just the way I worded it. I don't know, but I was starting to get frustrated, to be honest. And I was like, "Oh, this AI
Yeah,
technology." I was like, "I just want
true.
to speak to a human being. That's all I want." So I can understand how some people will be frustrated by it and just give me a human being. But then other people will love it because they'll be like, oh, well, I can just do stuff on my own and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
so it's like the next generation of like mobile banking, right, or online banking. It's gonna we're gonna continue to see those things evolve. And yeah, so in education, it's rapidly changing education too. So yeah, it's crazy.
Just like in Riverside, Miss Jackie. Every
Yes.
time I go to Riverside chat support, always a chatbot is appearing, and I always type I need a human agent, and
Right.
automatically give you the human agent, and then well, it takes you well, like 30 minutes to wait.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Or
And that's why
15 minutes.
they're yeah, so that's why they're bringing about the AI agents first. So maybe they can the AI agent can
Figure
help
it out.
you figure it
Hmm.
out, yeah, and help you do some of that self-service. And then if you need more support, then you can do that. So hopefully it's helping with that so people don't have to wait on the phone as long and things like that. But yeah, it's kind of a balance, right? We have to make sure we're not overusing the technology and we're not depending upon it too much and balancing it out well. I think that's the key with anything that we use, and especially with AI technology, is making sure that there's still the human element of it. So yeah, I'll give you a good example of this one. The listeners will be like, wow, I can't believe this. So, for example, I teach at a university and we have to grade assignments, right? And so, that if
Hmm.
you have a class of 25 or 30 students and you have to grade assignments every week, that can be a lot of work, right? Especially if they're
Yeah.
paper heavy type of assignments. And so, they have this technology that's coming that's going to be able to have AI kind of do a first pass at the grading. Now, at first, some that are teachers may think, oh my goodness, does that mean that my job is going away as a teacher and it's going to do the grading for me? Well, no, it's going to do the first pass, and you still have to analyze what the output is giving you, right? What it's telling you. Here's what the student submitted, and here's how it measures up with the rubric and everything. So at the end of the day, I have to be the final judge of what grade I'm going to give the student. So so again, it's just kind of comparing the rubric to the student's submission, and then giving you that first pass at it. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to put my eyes on it. So yeah, that's a good example.
Indeed. So, Miss Jackie, do you think which industry are most vulnerable to AI driven automation, and which sector are likely benefit the most?
That's a good question. I think the current generation, I think, is most impacted by it because they grew up with technology, right? We have the Gen
Mm-hmm.
Alpha generation. They grew up with technology and smartphones and tablets and everything like that. So they're what we call digital natives in education. So they're already there, right? So it's not much for them to be able to utilize it and integrate it into their daily life because they've been doing it since they were little kids. So not much for
Yes.
them. Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't I think so I think there might be several industries that might benefit the most from it. I think one of them is education, because with education, you can use AI to have personalized learning and adaptive learning, to where it's not one size fits all for every student, to where you can actually have AI tutors that can look at the content. And if a student's struggling with a certain area, they can go to that AI tutor and they can say, hey, can you create flashcards for me to study for my upcoming quiz? Or can I, things like that. And they're not that, you want to have them not go to the instructor and ask questions, but with online classes, it's all asynchronous. So you may not get an instructor getting back to you in a day. So can you wait that long? Can you wait a day to get that help you need, or to be able to study? So I think that's going to be beneficial for that, to have that adaptive learning and personalized support that you need as a student to help you be successful. So I think that's going to be one area. I'm thinking healthcare might be the other. What do you think, Daniel? With healthcare, with
Definitely. Yes.
yeah,
Definitely in the
treatments and
mhm.
yeah.
Healthcare and medicine, technology and software development. I think also
Yes.
finance and
Oh, yes.
investment.
Mm-hmm.
They are
Yeah.
benefited for AI as well as the marketing media.
Oh,
Mm.
yes. It absolutely. There's I actually had I think I mentioned this last time. I don't remember which episode or which podcast I mentioned it on, but I had the co-founder of Pictory, which is an AI video creation software company,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and his name is Vikram Chalana, and he was on my podcast the other day. The episode's not out; it's not live yet, but he created this out of a need for businesses and for education, for training, and to be able
Mm-hmm.
to create just in time training. But it's amazing, Daniel. You can actually take a podcast, an audio podcast, upload it, and it can give you a video. You can take it, so you can use it for marketing too, right? And
Mm-hmm.
market your podcast. You can use it for training. You can use it for education, pretty much anything. You can even take a URL or a blog post and upload it, and it can create a video. So it's amazing. It's
Amazing
so
indeed.
cool.
Yes.
Yes.
And of course, scientific research and innovation. They
Mm,
benefited for those
yes.
amazing AI that are booming right now. And how about
Right.
for those affected? I think it's a customer service and call centers.
Yes,
Mm,
and we've already seen that, yeah, happening.
so fast.
Right, so fast. I've worked in customer service before. I worked for Vanguard, and I worked in their customer service area. So it was like the core area. So I would help those that had 401ks and IRAs and things like that, or money market accounts. And
Mm-hmm.
as I was thinking back, I did that position back in 2006 through 2007, and AI wasn't really around then, right? So we had to we actually, during tax season time, we had to take mandatory 30-minute lunches because it was so busy. And if you were off the phone too long, like if you put yourself in the park mode too long to take your notes and things like that between calls, someone would come over to you and they would say, "Hey, we have all these calls. Look at the ticker over there. You gotta gotta get back on the phone." They would be like, "Is your phone okay? Is your computer okay?" So, but now with AI technology, you can actually have some of that occur without having that level one support, probably, right? So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it's I just think about what it was like then and what it's like now, and wow, what a difference that AI makes in
What's
that.
the big difference? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And I think if we compare Miss Jackie AI evolution to the telephone, before we need an operator, right?
Right.
Before they first introduced telephone, which is you cannot do a call just like now that you can dial and then boom, you can reach the person. But before you need an operator.
Right. Yeah.
It's just the same with our AI. We are enhancing it. It evolves, and sooner or later, it will be modernized more.
Right. Yeah. I think it'll continue to evolve. Daniel, do you know about have you used Anthropic AI? They have different models within Anthropic, but they have one called Claude. Have you used that one yet?
No, not yet. How is it?
I haven't really gone in and used it, but one of my clients utilizes it for deep research, because it does a really good job at deep research. But one area that they have within Claude is it has called co-work, and it works like an agent, and you're able to actually give it tasks, and then it goes off and it does it, and then the agent, you can even have another agent work with that agent, and then they can do tasks, and then it brings the work back to you. So I think it's going to change the way work is done. So again, it's not going to eliminate positions, but people are going to have to pivot, and they're going to have to say, okay, how can I pivot? How can I learn these new updated skills that I'm going to need in the workplace? So like going back to that example I brought up, being able to have a guide for the people in my department, and recognizing that that's a skill that I need to be able to continue to hone, right? And look for ways to be able to support those in my department and be able to evolve and be able to shift and change as the technology continues to evolve as well.
So, do you think, Miss Jackie, can AI actually enhance human productivity by eliminating repetitive tasks and allowing employees to focus on higher value work?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, I utilize it every day for those mundane tasks that I used to do, and just to even get some initial ideas, instead of staring at a blank page, right? Or having to have my subject matter experts do something where they're having to spend all this time, sometimes weeks at a time, doing something. So yeah, I've noticed that it's really sped up our work, and also I think too it's helped us to do better quality work, which you would think, well, maybe AI wouldn't allow you to get better quality work, but I think what it's allowing them to do is see where AI falls short and where it does well. So only we can do that, right? As human beings,
Hmm.
where we know where it falls short, we know where it's getting things incorrect, and we can go in and correct that. So I always tell the faculty and subject matter experts that I work with, and even those on my team, I'm like, remember, AI is not it's not going to get it 100% right all the time. So you just have to be aware of it. And I actually talked to somebody the other day about some of these models and theories that I use in the field. And it's funny, I tested AI one time and I said, hey, can you tell me the difference between this model and theory and this other one? And it did okay, but it wasn't accurate, Daniel. It got things wrong. It got things mixed up. So if I hadn't known those models and theories, then I wouldn't have known any better, right? And I would have just taken it at face value. So yeah.
Okay, so what I do, Miss Jackie, too, I receive a lot of emails. So I will run to an AI and then, okay, give me the synopsis. And it give me synopsis in 2 sentences so
Mm,
that I will understand the email because it's long. So
right.
it really enhanced that so fast. It give you the synopsis of the email itself, and it for me it's efficient because I have no time to read all those long emails. So to summarize it in 2 sentences is so great for me to okay, that's the main idea of the letter, and so I can execute what the email is talking about.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
that's one important of AI, people.
Hmm.
It enhance, it make you productive and make it more easier and faster for you if you
Right.
know how to use it.
That's the key, right? You have to know how to use it, right? They call it prompt engineering. I don't know if they still call it that, but when we first started utilizing it, they said, "Yeah, you got to learn how to prompt it," and so they call it prompt engineering. I think it's still a term out there, but it's true. Knowing how to prompt it and knowing how to work with it, right? So it's not just going to be that first pass. You're going to have to work with the AI model and just say, okay, yeah, you got that part right. We're getting off to a good start. And I'll talk with it like I'm talking with a person, right? Like it's my assistant. And I'll say, okay, yeah, we're getting there, but can we adjust this or can we move this around and things like that? So, what I noticed one thing, Daniel, that AI does quite often is
Hmm.
like for example my podcast that I have, and I have solo episodes and interview episodes as well, and so for both of them I utilize AI, but for my solo episodes I have my topic ideas already lined up like what you and I do, and then I go into AI, usually it's ChatGPT, and I'll say, hey, I'm working on a podcast episode and here's what the title is, and I'll give it, like, you should see my prompts, they're really long, but I'll be like, here, can you give me, based on this topic, can you give me 5 topic ideas, and I'll ask it for that structure, right? And so it does a good job, and it actually will bring that forth. But what I noticed it does is that it repeats a theme that I had like 10
Yes,
episodes
it
ago.
repeat. Yes.
And I'm like, can we do something a little bit different so I'm not repetitive? And what do you, and but I'll ask it, what do you think? What's your take on it? And so it'll say, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe we can switch something around and do something a little different. So yeah, it's very interesting how it likes to repeat themes and things like that. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that road theme every time. I want to do something a little different. So yeah, it's interesting how it tends to do that.
People, the motto of AI is garbage in, garbage out.
Hmm.
If you're asking something good, it will give you good. If you asking for garbage, it will give you garbage. So make
Yes.
sure that you're asking the right question, the right phrase, so that it will be a good output.
Right.
So, Miss Jackie, will AI create a greater divide between highly skilled workers and those with fewer technical skills?
Oh, yes. I
I
think
think
it
so.
I think so. Yes, I think so because the ones that are more highly skilled, they're able to adapt and be flexible, right? And I think that's
Hmm.
those are going to be skills that are going to be synonymous no matter where you go. Be able to be adaptable and adapt to the technology, and then willing to be flexible and go where it takes you. Because I think those that are going to make it are going to be the ones that are going to have that, and be the highly skilled ones too that can figure out how to incorporate the technology into what they do. And the ones that won't are just going to be left behind, unfortunately. It's sad but true, right?
Hmm.
That part of it. Yeah. So do what you can wherever you're at, and whether you're in school. Let's just say, someone's in a bachelor's program or a master's program, and they're looking to go into the workplace, whatever they're studying. Just see how you can incorporate the AI technology into your, not just your academic work, but see how you can utilize it in your upcoming work that you're going to be doing in your job, to see how you can stay ahead of the curve as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Enhance your skill better than AI so that you will not be
Right.
replaceable.
Right.
Upgrade, people. Go to seminars, go to somewhere else that you can upgrade as well as like the AI doing. They upgrading every time. They put algorithm and do it to yourself too. Put something, put algorithm to your body to upgrade your skills. so that you will not be replaceable. How can organizations balance efficiency gains from AI with the ethical responsibility to protect jobs and livelihoods?
That's a good question, Daniel. I think one way to do it is to make sure that you're talking to your employees throughout the process. If you're going to integrate AI in any form, right, whether it's a chat bot for customer service or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that, make sure that not only do you, yeah, talk to your employees, see what their pain points are, see where, if it's customer service, what are the most common complaints that customers have, right? And how can we make that better with the technology? But then also test it out, test it with your employees, test it with customers, and be okay with the fact that it's not going to be perfect rolling out, and it's going to have hiccups in it, right? There's going to be bumps along the way, but just be willing to work with it, and be okay with telling your customers that, right? That, hey, we're rolling out this new tool and we don't know how it's going to be right now, but are you willing to test it out with us and give us feedback on it, and be okay with getting that feedback from your employees and your customers too? So I think that's the way that they can integrate it in a, don't hide it from anybody, to, but be upfront about it, and as you're developing it and as you're rolling it out to people.
Yes, indeed. And Miss Jackie, one of our viewer asking, what is AI 101?
Oh, yeah. We talk about everything AI, right? We give you all the tips and the tricks and what's out there, right? So you can be well
Yeah,
informed about AI. Yes.
yeah. Miss Jackie and I decided to have a podcast called AI 101 because nowadays it's a booming and we need to talk about it. We need
Yes.
to give a platforms that we talk about anything under the sun, just like our previous episode. What are the pros and cons of AI?
Hmm.
Which is we tackled the cons, the pros first, or the pros, and then the cons, which is, well, it's up to you to decide if whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Right.
If you are skepticism that, oh, AI will what do this or AI will do that, we will give you the platforms which you will decide whether you will give a chance or you say it no.
Hmm.
But for
Right.
sure, most of people will say no are adults.
That's true. That's true. And I often wonder, with these organizations that are integrating AI and using it, do they make And I don't know what you think about this, but do you think AI training at work should be optional or required? I think it should be required, because if you're going to use
Mhm.
it every day, day in and day out, you need to learn how to utilize the tools, and the, like you said, the ethics around it and the policies and procedures. You can't give it to somebody and say, here you go, now go do your job. I think there has to be some training behind it as well.
Yes, it must be required, especially for the repetitive tasks.
Hmm.
People hate repetitive, they get bored. So
Right.
by giving to AI, it's just like more efficient, more productive because AI doesn't have emotions.
Right.
You can
Yes.
do it effectively every single day by while human they can do it perfectly in 1 week, but in next month no more, right? Because
Right.
they have this called boredom. Boredom.
Mm.
Thank God AI doesn't have emotions. But sooner or later they're gonna input emotions. They give empathy. They give love, which is it true? I think so.
Mm. Interesting.
Right? Mm.
Yeah.
They're gonna put in the algorithm to make love or to make something else. They put emotions, which is before artificial intelligence is a science fiction. Now it's real. We're
Mm.
having a robot now to, well, roaming in the airport, give you direction, giving you what tips. So what will be next? So, Miss Jackie, to wrap up our discussion for today, this is a big question. In long
Yes.
term, could AI become a superpower that amplifies human creativity, innovations, and strategic thinking rather than replacing workers?
I agree. Yes, I think that will be what will happen because we're already seeing it happen now, right? In healthcare and things like that, like you said, with finance and education. So yes, I think so. I think it will continue to come alongside us and help us to learn and grow even more and see what what we're capable of, even more so than we are now.
Certainly, AI will boom in long term. AI is like a function less than replacement of humans and more as a cognitive superpower that amplifies human creativity, innovation, and strategic thinking. Much like earlier technological revolutions, just like what electricity, computers, and internet, even telephone. Now it
Right.
expand. AI expand the humans can accomplish rather than eliminating the need of human insight. Definitely. Yes. So, Miss Jackie, would you like to plug in something?
Sure. I'm always happy that you're willing to let me do that. So, if anyone wants to learn about education and the field that I'm in, which is instructional design, I have Designing with Love, which is my own podcast, and they can check it out wherever they listen to their podcasts. Did you want me to talk about ours as well that we have? We have six.
Yes,
My
please.
goodness. Yes. So we have AI 101, which is the one we're doing now. Tech 101, which is coming up next, where we talk about all kinds of technology, right? That's happening today and has been in the past, how it's changed. And then we have Coaching 101 that's on Saturdays. Oh, I almost forgot Mystery Stories 101. Ah, Mystery Stories
Yes.
101 are cozy mysteries that we do.
Cozy
Yes.
mysteries.
Yes. And then on Saturdays, we do Coaching 101. We talk about coaching and those that are in it or want to become a coach. And then we have Bible Verses 101. We talk about different Bible verses in the Old and New Testament and really dive deep into those. And then last but not least, we have Current Events 101, and we look at what's going on in the world today.
Mm, yes, what's going in the world? People, if you don't like our lives, our podcasts, we are live also on online radio, Live 365, as well on Radio Talks in the UK. So please support us, and we are hoping that every episode that we are doing, you will be empowered and you will like it. So, Miss Jackie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for joining us and keep learning.
Modicon people, see you soon.